Hey, it's Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and I'm going to show you a live trade that a student sent me, and I'm going to show you where the trade works. I mean, it's he's basically trading this as a high or low. I think I told him this was a second entry, but it's not. The second entry actually triggered here, so disregard that. I called that a second entry because I was replying after I'd already watched the video and I didn't look that closely, but your second entry triggered here, which you could have entered here if you like. That would probably been the better place, and you would have been following the rules then. But he waits and enters here, and you can see that signal bar does not qualify for an entry. This signal bar has to close in the upper 1/3. Well, that's just a doji basically. It's closing in the very middle of the bar almost. So that's congestion right there, and that's dangerous. You never want to enter in and out of I mean, there's no rule that says you can't enter in congestion. But you got to be careful. There's times when you have to be very careful. And this would look like one because we just came out of congestion right here, and this is looking congested. But regardless of that, the rules say the signal bar has to close in the upper 1/3. And I think most of you would agree with me. That signal bar does not close in the upper 1/3. And so if you're being disciplined and following the rules, you can't enter here. But he does enter here and the trade works. So what he does, when you do that, you reinforce bad habits. And this trade worked this time, but it's not going to be 100%. It's probably a 50-50 trade. So it's a very low probability trade when you don't follow the rules. And eventually, what he's doing, he's reinforcing bad habits, and eventually that's going to come back and burn him. And you don't want that because that's what leads to losses. You have to be very disciplined and follow the rules exactly. But let's watch this trade play out, and you can see what I'm talking about here. Um, he's entering one tick above this is a higher low, and it is a higher low, but it's not a tradable one because the signal bar doesn't qualify. And the trade ends up working. It looks beautiful after the fact, but it's not a good setup. And you see price is struggling to go up there. Once they break out, it takes them a minute, but eventually they do go higher. But you can see we're kind of working sideways here, so you really don't want to be trading necessarily second entries here. You'd be really trading this probably as congestion or just as a range as sideways stuff, and that's too late to even enter for that. The place to enter was right here on this second entry. Plus, it's right off the lows of the support, and you got a good signal bar. But notice the new high, and it's first entry, and then it turns down from there and then comes back. So that's the second entry long when this bar breaks above here. But you see, he's already out of his trade. It didn't even have to tick through, so he hasn't moved his signal bar. Or he did. Yeah, now it moved to break even. And so he got, not only did he get his scalp, he got his runner too. So it looks great. And he's all happy. I got a winner. And he probably feels good about it. And he should, because his read is pretty good, other than the fact that he fudged his signal bar. And if you do that, it's going to come back to haunt you. So you don't want to reinforce bad habits like that. So this is a good learning opportunity, not just for this trader, but I thought I would show everybody else. This is the difference between being disciplined and being patient and waiting on a good setup or forcing a setup. So by going long here, you're forcing a setup. You're manufacturing an entry that's not there because the signal bar doesn't qualify. One of the most basic rules we have, your signal bar has to qualify. So he had a triple test here he could have taken. See, this signal bar probably doesn't qualify here. Um, Even this signal bar may qualify. It's close, but I think you're better off to wait here and you enter here, um, and you get an easy win, and you're following the rules. Now if this would have given you a good signal bar, by all means, probably okay to go long there because we're in a mild uptrend here anyway. Even though we're going sideways, we're still in a mild uptrend. So I would not have a problem taking that trade if your signal bar qualified, but it does not qualify. So let's watch this trade one more time and the only thing lacking is the signal bar. So but you don't want to reinforce bad habits. You really don't. So watch what he does. He puts his He's using the limit order too. You should be entering on a stop order here, because if you do this with limit orders, eventually you're going to get burned. You're going to miss the best trades because it won't come back to fill you. So you need to enter on a buy stop, one tick above that bar. Yeah, I get why people want to use limit orders, because you want to be guaranteed your entry. But you're going to miss some trades, and you see he's really, I think he's off a tick there. He's one tick too high. Yeah, because this bar is at 47 and he enters at 47.50. So he actually entered, the limit order didn't do him one bit of good because he actually entered one tick too high. He's got his stop in the right place, one tick below the swing low. He's scapped out. It's moved to break even, and he got his runner. I mean, other than that, everything is good here. But I'm just, what I'm trying to help you understand is people don't understand. They think they know the strategy and they can't understand why they have losers. But this is why, when you don't follow the rules and you get reinforced for not following the rules, because eventually, by not filtering, what happens with the signal bars, it helps you filter out bad trades. The setup does. The setup's good. But it's the signal bar. Here's the problem. But that, by following that rule on the signal bar, you'll filter out a lot of bad trades. Now, next time he'll take this trade, it'll look exactly the same, and it'll break higher there, and it'll turn back down and stop him out. And so you don't want to reinforce bad entries. So I hope that's helpful. I hope somebody can learn from that. I hope this trader understands why I don't like the trade. It's just simply the signal bar. Otherwise, it's a great setup, and it follows through just like it worked great. But you're breaking the rules by entering with that signal bar, and that's going to stop. That's going to hurt you longer term. Yeah, it worked this time. That's great, but you don't want to reinforce bad habits, because next time, trust me, it won't work. That's what ends up happening. If you don't enter on good signal bars, you will have trouble. So there's several trades here you could have taken. You got at least a triple test right here with a good signal bar. That one's questionable. I don't like it. Really, you could have entered on that one. I think that closes in its upper one. It's close. This one would have been fine if prices would have broke above it, but they don't. Definitely should have entered here, because now you got a quadruple test or something across there. You really got support right across there. You can see it. It kind of moved up. You did have support here, and then it moved up a little across there. So any good signal bar across that support from here on is a good trade. And this would qualify as a higher low. On a bigger picture, it's also still probably a second entry. So I like this trade other than the signal bar. And, I don't want to make you think I'm picking on you but I want you to understand why that's not a good trade. And it's a good learning opportunity. And I'm showing this video not to make you look bad, but just so others can learn from the same mistake. Make sure you follow that signal bar rule, because, like I said, eventually this will probably only work 50 or 60% of the time, which that's not good enough. We want to take trades that we expect to work 90% of the time. That way you have the odds on your side and you have very few losers. And when you do, it's only 1 out of every 10. But if you're trading 50 and 60 percenters, then you're going to have a 40 to 50% losers. And you can't make it with that. You can't be a scalper having 40 or 50% losers. So anyway, I hope this trader understands, and I hope everybody else learned something from this. A great learning opportunity, but it's a good read, just not following the rules. That's the only problem. Wait on that good signal bar, not just the setup. You can't have just a good setup and then fudge the signal bar. You got to have everything fall in line. Otherwise, patience and discipline. That's really, once you learn this strategy, really the difference is discipline and patience, and just having experience. And so I'll tell you exactly what I tell him. And people don't want to hear this. I know they're all eager to go live and trade, go to one of these Apex or wherever, and these trading funds, and let them fund your trading and try to trade live, but you're not helping yourself there. You're better off to be on the simulator, taking every single trade you see that you think fits our criteria, because you need the screen time. You can't afford, if you're trading live, you can't afford to take but 2 or 3 trades a day. And you can't get enough experience doing that. You can't learn quick enough doing that. It'll take you years to learn that way, because the way you speed up the process is to get more screen time and more experience. So the way you get better at this, and this goes for people that have been doing this for 10 years. I don't care how long you've been doing this. If you're not profitable yet, this includes you. This is not a rookie move. So you can get offended if you want. You can feel like I'm hurting your feelings. But I'm not talking to this trader. I'm talking to everybody right now. If you are not profitable consistently, then you need to be on the simulator. That's not a rookie move. That's how you get better at this. Get on the simulator, take every single trade that you think fits our entry criteria, following the rules to the T 100%. Only take those trades and take every one of them every day as much as you can. If you can trade for 2 hours, do it for 2 hours. If you can trade for 8 hours, do it for 8 hours, because that's how you get better. And the key to it is take every trade you see, following the rules, being patient, being disciplined, and don't worry if you're wrong or right once you enter that trade. Just let it play out. And then at the end of the day, go back and study every single trade, even the winners, because like you see here, he took this and it was a winner. So you don't want to reinforce bad habits. Even look at your winners. Make sure you followed the rules. Make sure everything was right. And you'd be shocked how fast you'll learn and improve. Everybody that emails me that's doing well, they did that, and that's what made them better quicker. And people don't want to do it. You want to rush to go trade, and because you can't afford it, you think you can go to one of these proprietary firms and do it there. And yeah, surely you can probably trade live quicker there, but you're not going to learn. You're not going to get better. The way to get better is to get experience in trading live every day. And there's no better way to do it than to trade live data that would be the same thing you're trading if you had real money or play money. So this is the key. I don't know how to say it any clearer, and people just don't believe me. But guess who's having success? Guess who the ones are that I show their videos that are successful, and I show you their results that are successful. They're the ones that do that. So you can be like them and learn and get better, or you can keep trying to trade live and learn that way and blowing your account and being a donor and donating all your money to the other guys that are that are doing what I tell them to do. And at the very least, if you have to trade live and you want to trade one of these proprietary firms, at least once you get just trade 1 or 2 trades and follow the rules on live trading, and then as soon as you're done, get back on the simulator and go do what I'm telling you to do. I don't think you should do it that way, but if you just have to trade live, that's the way to do it, because you're not going to get enough experience trading live. You'll go broke. I don't care if you've got $1 million account. You will not learn trading live before you blow that account. So believe that if you want, or find out the hard way. I've been doing this too long, and I've seen too many people try it, and every one of them think they're smarter than the next guy, and it doesn't work. You can't get enough experience. You're not good enough. You will donate that $1 million to somebody that knows how to trade. Somebody that's disciplined and patient and follows the rules and understands what price movements and understands setups and where price and how to find support and resistance. See, I don't even see one line on this chart. You should have all your lines. You should have your trend channel. Technically, this trend channel here was up, had a break and 2 legs up, so you could be reversing here as well. So you need to be trading the sideways rules here for the most part, honestly. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful. I didn't mean for it to be 15 minutes, but it's a great learning opportunity, and it's a great opportunity for me to say for the millionth time, sim trade. Sim trade. That's how you get better. And again, I'll say it, I've had people just get irately mad at me for even suggesting they get on the sim, because I've been doing this for 10 years. I'm right there at the door. I don't need to sim trade. I know I'm better than that. Well, guess what? those traders will probably never make it. And 10 years from now, they'll be saying the same thing. I'm right there knocking at the door. I'm going to get it. Just get on the simulator and do it. Prove it. It's simple. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Hope this was helpful to you. Uh, Thanks for this trader for sharing, and I hope he doesn't feel like I'm picking on him or anything, because I'm not. It's just a learning opportunity, and I'll use it. And so if you take some live trades and you have some good examples, even if they're whatever, if you want to send them to me, I love you. They're great teaching opportunities. So send them to me, and send me the videos if you record them, and I'll try to use some of them for further learning opportunities. That's what this is a great learning opportunity, because overall his read is really good. It's just he didn't follow the rules. So great read on this. Just bad, just not being disciplined. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.